I just watched the new Beetlejuice movie, and I'm going to say it. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. So before getting into the movie, I want to try something different. I've been asked if I can provide some kind of ranking system, and I want to give it a try because I feel like if I pick the brackets or the things that I find most important in a movie, I can kind of maybe create an average out of it. I'm going to give each section of the movie a number from 1 to 10, and then kind of do the average at the end. So the categories that I'm going to kind of base things off are story, the acting, the direction, the visuals, the music, and the overall enjoyment. And I think I can get something pretty base there. So with that being said, this is spoiler territory, so be warned. So let's start with the story of Beetlejuice. I feel like it was really, really thoughtful and put together and really funny. The only thing that I didn't really gel with too much in terms of the structure of the story was the big bad of this movie, which is Beetlejuice's ex-wife, played by Monica Bellucci. I mean, she is just like gorgeous, but I didn't understand her role in this film too much. If she was my wife, I'd put her in every movie as well too. But that was like my first initial thought on that, because she plays the big bad, or that we think is the big bad, and the whole movie, it's her kind of trying to find Beetlejuice and enact revenge, and then on the way, she's kind of causing a lot of problems. But the one thing that I didn't understand was that she really wasn't like that much of a threat. I mean, the end of the movie, or the climax of the movie, she finds Beetlejuice and then gets pretty easily dispatched. It didn't. She really didn't cause too much of a ruckus, and I felt that way for a while until I saw a TikTok video from someone who was talking about the movie and specifically that part of the big bad. And his take was that it was a big misdirect to take away from the other bad guy in this film. That was a love interest that was trying to capture the heart of Astrid, played by Jenna Ortega. That gets revealed later that he was actually a serial killer teenager. And you don't get that from first glance because it's like this cute like love story thing, because Astrid, for the most part, is trying to distance herself away from her family, specifically her mother, Lydia Dietz, and her craziness, her I see ghosts fame, which she like leveraged into a TV show. So I feel like, sure, that's a good point, because you don't see it coming per se, but I think as an avid film watcher, I clocked him in right away. Like, I think their second time meeting, I was like, I don't trust this guy. Like, I already immediately was like, I don't trust him. And then it was like revealed later on that it was just like, yeah, like he killed his parents and he's trying to get back into the land of the living. But with that being said, I think that the movie did really well in terms of connecting all the dots, not paying too much nostalgic lip service. Everything kind of served its purpose. Beetlejuice wasn't really like the focal point of the movie, as the previous one wasn't either. He was just kind of like the accessory to the madness of it all, and it looked amazing. And so I think in terms of story, that's the only part for me that like really didn't work, was the big bad. But everything else was really fun and funny, and it all kind of wrapped itself up at the end, where Astrid kind of realizes that her family and her gifts now, because she can see ghosts as well, it was something that she couldn't really fight. And the mommy-daughter bonding thing was really cute. And so for me, I give it a 7 out of 10 for the story. Now on to the acting. Everyone killed it in this movie. Like, having Catherine O'Hara back, amazing. Michael Keaton kills it always. Even like this little cameo by Danny DeVito was gross and fun. And William Dafoe, Jenna Ortega is so perfect for this role. She's literally the embodiment of what I guess Lydia Dietz, if Lydia Dietz would have a child, this would be her. Everything is great. Everything was great in terms of acting. And even Jeffrey Jones not being able to come back, who was the character of Charles Dietz, the dad. They wrote him into the movie in the funniest way possible, that he was attacked by a shark, and he's trying to fumble his way in the afterlife. Like every little bit, you just kind of see him in the background running around. The acting, there's really no more I could say. Everyone just killed it. They're super pros in their field now. Winona Ryder, I mean, perfect. I mean, she felt very real to me again, where it was like there's this grown Lydia Dietz that has all this trauma that she's trying to process, and she's trying to like get her daughter back to form some kind of bond or something, and it just wasn't working out, and you felt all that. You felt like the struggle that she was having. It was all perfect. I mean, no notes for the acting. I think Catherine O'Hara was just epically funny, and she's just perfect. This was just a perfect character. Delia Dietz is just on some other level, like narcissistic, funny. She's just great. It's just so good. I give the acting a 9 out of 10. And the next is the direction of the movie. Tim Burton hasn't had a good couple of movies. His last one being Dumbo didn't do so well. And he just kind of had been hit or miss for a lot of stuff until he did Wednesday, which I think is like right in his, it's like right in the zone of his. And this obviously gave him a little cachet, which probably made making Beetlejuice a lot easier. But the one thing I appreciated the most about this movie was that it wasn't just like, hey, how can I stay faithful to the original? It was more like, how can I do something that already existed that I've done in the past and like enhance it a bit, but keep it all in the same kind of cozy warmness, but without being over the head about it. It wasn't every single joke wasn't like, remember back then. It was like all played off well, like the character of Charles Dietz, how he was written off, how the Maitlands were written off. It was all really like easy to kind of get back into it again. And the one thing that he's really great at is the visuals of it all and the universe that he built, right? And it just felt like was riding a bike again. The animatronics and like the real practical effects of everything was amazing. It's amazing to see. The comedy was there too. So the direction in terms of that like felt great. And it's really hard to do, I feel, in this day and age where existing IP has a really hard time with kind of connecting with the fans, and this was like perfect. So for me, I give this an 8 out of 10. And that leads me into the visuals of the movie, which is part, for me, the direction of the movie, because the director single-handedly is the visionary for all Tim Burton stuff. Like you can see it, you can tell it, artist in his own right, and he's able to really paint the picture because he is the one with the paintbrush. And this movie looked amazing. It looked amazing. It all felt real because it was real. And the sets and the visuals, it was just amazing. It was an amazing thing to see. And Beetlejuice couldn't have looked a day over 600 years old or however old he is. And it just looked amazing. So no notes. The visuals are a strong 9 out of 10. And you can't have visuals without music. Danny Elfman came back to do the music, and it was perfect. I mean, and nothing is more iconic than the theme song, like truly. And just opening up to that is the chef's kiss, 10 out of 10. I was a little hesitant because I don't know if I was going to go into it feeling like I was going to like it. And that's really hard because I think we're just so drained with like the IP that exists that a Beetlejuice sequel is just not really exciting, to be honest. Like this did come at a time where I don't think people were not asking for this, but it's doing so well as of this recording. I think it's like the top burner in terms of September so far. It's done crazy numbers, and it's a testament to how good the movie is because of word of mouth. But I mean, to be fair, they did a crazy PR campaign for this movie. I mean, Beetlejuice is everywhere. I've seen Beetlejuice toilet paper and Beetlejuice God knows what, and he even did a Hot Ones. It was insane. So they did that right as well, but the movie also works. So it's a peanut butter and jelly combination where it's gonna hit well. And for me, the overall enjoyment was an 8 out of 10. It was really funny. It was great. And that's what you're supposed to do in the movies, just have a good time. I wasn't trying to leave Beetlejuice with any kind of deep emotional oh my God, what is the afterlife like? It was just all tongue-in-cheek fun, and that's what it's supposed to be. And even at its core, it's still pretty, it can get deep if you really want to. If you want to think about what the afterlife really is and like what actually matters while you're living and all that good stuff, it can be that. But it doesn't try to knock you over the head with like, so much seriousness that you can't enjoy the film. And it was super enjoyable. So the overall rating for me, if I do the math right, it should be an 8.5. And I think that's a really strong score for a movie that was really fun to do in a world right now where a lot of the IP that exists is not good. It's just not good. There's a lot of stuff coming out later this year that is rehash over rehash over rehash and probably not going to do so well. And this rose to the top of being something really fun and really great. So let me know what you think about this movie. Did you like it? What didn't work for you? What was fun? What wasn't fun? Are you tired of seeing these rehashes? Let me know in the comments below. And thank you again for watching Less Than a Critique. And I'll catch you on the next one.